Welcome back. Now, we all need to travel for various reasons. So when it comes to international travel, it seems everyone wants to go to America. And in fact, it is one of the questions you're asked in the visa section when you go in for an interview. Our next report takes us inside and helps us learn the easy steps to getting a US visa. U.S. embassies around the world receive thousands of visa applications for travel to the United States, whether it's for work, tourism, or migration. The U.S. mission in Nigeria said last year it received no fewer than 220,000 applications from Nigerians for non-immigrant visas. While the number increases every year, so has approval rate. According to the consulate chief, approval rate for the non-immigrant visas has gone up 179% between 2009 and 2014, and this has been made possible by a number of factors.
The number of applications we've received between 2009 and 2014 increased 179%. So that means many more people are seeking to go to the United States. And I just want to, we'll keep this brief because we have a question and answer period later. But the reason why that is really multifold. First of all, the Nigerian economy, until very recently, has been growing rapidly and is now either the first or second largest economy on the continent of Africa. And that means that American foreign investment here and Nigerian investment in the United States has been increasing. So within the visa classes we see, there's a lot more business activity going back and forth between the United States and here.
Since the visa application is set to be a transparent process, we're given a tour of the consular services in this regard. There have been a few improvements in the waiting area, where applicants' documents are checked and asked to wait to enter the visa section in batches. For security reasons, we're not allowed to film the actual process of verification of documents, but those waiting seem quite comfortable. It's already afternoon, so the numbers have reduced. But when we go inside, we understand why. Fewer chairs in the interview hall mean quicker interviews, and the interviewer knows what he's looking for. They are very protective of the applicant's information, so upon our arrival, the officers have turned off their pages, but they carry on with the interviews. Many applicants usually come for the interviews with a lot of documentation. We learn later this is the least thing they should be worried about.
It's very difficult for us to trust someone who's bringing documents that are not legitimate documents, right? And in order to be able to issue a visa, part of that is that we have to believe that the applicant is credible. So if you're presenting a document that is fake, that's very difficult for us to believe that you're credible. I just want to also say about documents in general, applicants should really keep in mind that the interview process is not about documents. It's about us having a conversation with you and asking you questions and you answering those questions honestly and clearly.
And when is this conference? When is it? Which month? October.
Trained in Washington, D.C. before being deployed, the interviewers look for certain characteristics in an applicant. Telling the truth is high on the list. Where an applicant lies about information on his application, it ruins his chances of being issued a visa, which is why they discourage patronizing touts who promise getting documentation and appointments.
Observers, do you mind if they observe the interview?
On the average, interviewers speak to as many as 1,200 people on a daily basis. Mondays to Wednesdays being the peak period for non-immigrant visa applications. While the visa application process is fairly transparent, not everyone gets a visa, and the reactions vary. While an ecstatic Victoria is happy to have had her application accepted, being her first time,
just for a visit. I'm going to visit my cousin. I was thinking, being the first timer, without pleasure. If I'm giving, fine. If I'm not giving, fine. I'm not going to die. I'm going to try next time again.
Prince Tunji Oshokoya demands to know why he was refused, though he had previously been issued a visa.
I think I deserve to know the reason. You people deny me the visa because it's not do or die affair, but you must tell me. I'm not going, when Nigeria is okay, what did I want to go and do in America? I'm okay in Nigeria now. I don't want to go to America again. I just want to come and know why I was denying the visa. Not because of anything. You have to tell me, but there is no reason was given to me.
But for Sikirat Bamidele, whose whole family applied, it's a win-win. Only she and her husband's applications were approved. She, however, came prepared.
They said my children should try their luck next time, and they gave me my husband, and I quite understand why. The children are still young, they're still in their various schools, so by the time they finish their exams, while I keep working, I must have earned enough to sponsor them later on in life. And I've tutored them before we came here that it's not the end of the world, even like I've been here twice and they denied me.
Back at a press briefing inside the consulate chief and his officials explained why some applications are rejected.
You have to show you have convincing social and economic ties to your home country so that you would be compelled after a short visit to the United States to return to your home country. Now, those ties, there's no one standard or one bar that defines those ties. However, we do know, because we're being taught about Nigerian society, where we are comfortable with people who have sufficient ties. Oftentimes, very, very, very good people who we really like come in, but they have not developed those social, economic, educational, business ties that we look at to make a judgment, and therefore, by our law, we have to deny them a visa. I don't know if you heard it, but very often in a visa interview that is denied, we will say you can apply again later after you develop those ties.
At the end of our tour of the consular services, we learn two things are very important for visa applications: showing enough ties to the fatherland Nigeria and telling the truth. And if you don't get a visa this time, some motherly advice could help you get it next time, as it worked for Oyedeji Oluwaseyi, a student of Unilag.
My mom told me that, most of the time I'm always shy. Like that's why I said my first time on TV. So she told me I should try and be confident and stop being nervous. So.
When we come back after the break, we'll be discussing foreign policy issues with the Director General at the Nigerian Institute of International Affairs, Professor Bola Akinteriwa. Please stay with us.